The closer and closer that we get to the official release of Pokemon Legends EA, we're gonna get some more and more leaks. So if you didn't watch my video yesterday, apparently somebody out there is actually playing this game early. Some leaker or hacker, whatever, whoever it may be, somehow was able to get access to Legends EA and put it on their own Switch. Now, this is not like a beta tester thing. You know, some people are out there like, well, this guy may be a beta tester, maybe that's what he's referring to. No, this guy's like an actual leaker slash hacker that was somehow able to find the files or do something to put it onto a Nintendo Switch console. I was wondering like, well, maybe somehow they got access to a Switch 2 console to play it on, but I think that's unlikely. I really do think that this person just somehow figured out how to emulate this game with the files and put it onto a regular Switch. But, you know, we are getting the Switch 2 in literally, what, 2-3 weeks or something like that. The Switch 2 is coming out right around the corner. Pokemon Legends EA is coming out after the Switch 2. But the thing is, Legends EA is going to have a Switch 1 and a Switch 2 version. I think that when, you know, this game comes out, let's just say it's probably going to be October or November-ish, one of the two. I mean, it could be earlier. I would hope it's coming out earlier, but it's looking like it's going to be October or November. We could be seeing an entire situation just like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl that happened a couple of years ago, where about 2 or 3 weeks or so, you know, prior to that game's official release, the entire thing just got dumped online. People were playing it on their own Switches, on their PC, just, you know, emulating it. The entire thing got data mined and put onto consoles, so that's probably going to happen with the Switch 2. Now, I do think that Nintendo actually, like, kind of upped their game with the Switch 2 hacking stuff. Like, I think they actually, like, have some sort of new legal thing to where if you are caught, you know, hacking a Switch 2 console, they can totally brick it remotely, which is kind of insane to think about. Like, cannot believe they have that much power. But, so I feel like hacking on the Switch 2 is going to be a lot harder than the Switch. I've never done it personally. I've never hacked my Switch or anything, but I could imagine that the Switch 2 is probably going to be a lot more difficult to hack than the original Switch. I genuinely don't think that's going to stop anyone, though. I do think that Legends EA is going to be completely dumped onto Switch 2s, onto regular Switches, or just even, like, you know, people's computers somehow where they could put the files on it. And now this is pretty big information, so we're living in the modern day and age where everything gets leaked. Pokemon Generation 10 is probably going to get leaked. The leaks for Scarlet and Violet were pretty big, but, you know, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl was just a major situation because people were literally live streaming it and playing the game, posting videos on YouTube weeks ahead of its release, which is, you know, a big spoiler thing. And now, at the very least, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl were remakes. It's not like we were really going to see many brand new things as a spoiler for that game, but with Legends EA, this is an entirely brand new story. The story is new. It's not a remake of Generation 6. I've seen a lot of comments about, you know, how this game is a remake of Gen 6 or X and Y. It's not a remake. This is its own entirely new game. It's following the events of X and Y, so X and Y are still going to have some little moments here and there, you know, within the game, you know, trickled in. But yeah, this game is after the events of Pokemon X and Y. It's its own standalone game, which is super interesting because they're going to be adding a ton of brand new things. Brand new Mega Evolutions. We're going to be getting a ton of brand new Mega Evolutions within Pokemon Legends EA. I think the rumor is currently 26 brand new Mega Evolutions, and we apparently already have them all leaked. And spoiler warning, I'm going to show you guys the picture of what apparently the leaked Mega Evolutions are going to be. So here it is. This is apparently what we're going to be getting and receiving for the brand new Mega Evolutions within Pokemon Legends EA. If you want to help further support the channel and keep these daily uploads going, I actually just made a Patreon where, you know, you get some bonus content over there, but obviously no pressure at all. I'm still going to be, you know, giving you guys content pretty much every single day as much as I can here, but, you know, any support just goes such a long way. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications, and help me reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers before the end of the summertime. Your guys' support is so overwhelming and it goes such a long way. I also want to say thank you to William for being a channel member of the week. If you want to be a channel member of the week, you just got to join the channel as a member. You also get some, you know, additional bonus behind the scenes or just extra content there as well on the channel. So yeah, thank you guys so much for the support on the channel. All right, back to the rest of the video. So here's the thing too, you know, if we get more and more leaks, which we definitely will, it does seem like the Legends EA leaks have been slowing down ever since Game Freak started going after the Terra leaker, which is pretty big. Like, that's actually insane. But the leaks have been slowing down, but it also, we're kind of in like a dry spell right now. We're in like a dry area. And seriously, when this game is closer to its actual release, we definitely are going to be getting just probably a ton of brand new leaks. And that's not necessarily a good thing. You know, I personally don't mind seeing some leaks. I don't want to see the storyline leaked, and that's obviously the main kind of thing that people are concerned about. They don't want to see spoilers. They don't want to spoil their experience of their first playthrough of a brand new Pokemon game. We have not had a brand new game in 3 years, guys. 3 entire years without a brand new Pokemon game, which is kind of insane, and it's a good thing. And this also means 4 years without a new generation. We've typically been getting generations about every 3 years recently, so with Legends ZA, this is not a new generation. This is its own standalone game. It is still a mainline game, which is great. The Legends series are mainline Pokemon games, but it's the first Pokemon game in 3 years. Pokemon games are just built around the new mystery and excitement and discovery of the new region, which this isn't a new region, but it's a new spin-off of the Kalos region because this is taking place specifically in Lumio City, which is pretty interesting. And leaks ruin all the surprises like new Pokemon, story twists, typically new regional variants, but it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting those in this game. Game mechanics, which we have seen a lot in the official trailers of the game mechanics, but I do think that there's more. I think that there's definitely a lot that Game Freak are not showing in the trailers just because, we still are months away and they still have a lot of hype to build up for this game. And the thing is too, a lot of leaks that come out way ahead of time are based on like early builds of video games, right? So like the leaks from the Terra leak stuff about Legends 8, a lot of stuff was subject to change, and I'm sure a lot of stuff did actually change behind the scenes. Like literally today, Game Freak could still change the design of, I don't know, Mega Dragonite if they really wanted to, because apparently we are going to get a Mega Dragonite within this game. The current rumor is that it's going to have some like wings on the back and extra wings on like its tail or something like that. I can't remember exactly. What also is kind of bad about getting early leaks is that a lot of people like judge the game early before the final product actually comes out. There's so much context that is missing, which is not amazing. I mean, I do think that like video game companies need criticism, because if they don't have criticism, then how are they really going to grow and like advance their games to be better? Which I do think Game Freak, they have been hearing us, Nintendo has been hearing the fans about Pokemon Legends ZA and, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, about how it looks and stuff like that. So I really am hopeful for the next game. I feel like the reason why Legends ZA looks like the way it does is because it's a Switch 1 and a Switch 2 version, and they wouldn't want the Switch 2 version to like look drastically better than the Switch 1 version, because if that were the case, they'd probably just get a lot of hate for that. So I think that, they did a good thing, because the game still looks good. Like, it still looks good. I mean, it looks better than Scarlet and Violet, very minimally, but it still looks a little bit better than Scarlet and Violet in my opinion. But the good thing is that the Switch 2 version is just going to have, smoother gameplay, and that's basically it. It's going to be, 60 FPS on the Switch 2, and probably, I don't know, like 30 FPS or something like that on the Switch 1, which I think is a pretty decent upgrade, but I do think that Gen 10 is going to be a drastic difference. I don't think Gen 10 is going to be on the Switch 1. I really do think it's going to be a Switch 2 exclusive, which that game is probably coming out next year, so hopefully by then, a lot of people will have a Switch 2. I still don't have one on pre-order, and, I look at my email every day from Nintendo, so I'm just hoping I can get one from Nintendo, from their online website, because I registered, and a lot of people didn't get the emails, which is unfortunate. Hopefully I get one. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get one eventually, though. Like, I'm sure sometime I'll be able to, get one in stores. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know, man. It took me almost 4 years to get a PS5 and to even, like, see one in stores. So, who knows about the Switch 2. But the thing about Pokemon is, like, the hype is always huge. Brand new Pokemon games generate so much hype. Like it or not, or believe it or not, whatever, leaks actually do kind of boost the hype for the game. I really do think all the Mega Evolution leaks that we've had really hyped up the game. Personally, I've seen a lot more people interested in Legends 8 after the Pokemon leaks came out for the Mega Evolution. Like after, all the Mega Evolution stuff came out, we did get a pretty good handful of other leaks within the Terra leak, but I feel like most people kind of forgot about that. I feel like the main thing that people took away was all the new Mega Evolutions, which people love Mega Evolutions. So I'm hoping that we get a new trailer soon that actually show officially, what the new Mega Evolutions are, and hopefully the cover art for the game. I really do think that they haven't shown us the cover art for this game because they're saving it for the Mega Evolutions. My theory is that they're going to have a Mega Evolution on the cover of this game. That's why we haven't seen an official artwork of a Switch 1 or a Switch 2 case, because, we already know what Switch 2 cases look like, so it's not because of that reason. Like, they've already released, what Mario Kart World or some of the, new Donkey Kong game, whatever, what those games look like on the Switch 2 and with their game case artwork. So I really think it's because maybe new Pokemon, maybe new Mega Evolution, maybe a returning character that they haven't announced yet. There's typically a Pokemon Presents in August, guys. So in August, I really do think we're probably going to get another pretty big sizable a trailer, I'd hope we get one before that because, bro, they need to be hyping up this game more. We only have like 2 actual trailers. We have the original, teaser trailer thing from last year, and then we have like a short 25 or whatever second clip of Switch 2 gameplay, which does look pretty smooth, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I just think that the leaks are going to be insane for Legends ZA within the couple following months, and I honestly do think Generation 10 leaks are probably going to be even better. Generation 10 leaks, in my opinion, are going to be even bigger because that's a new generation. There's going to be so much more to that game. Like, Generation 10 is going to have so much more in the entire game itself compared to Legends ZA. So many brand new things, so many new Pokemon, probably regional variants, new mythical Pokemon, new legendary Pokemon, whereas Legends ZA is, it's toned down a lot because they can't really add a ton. There are things that are going to be adding to ZA. Generation 10 is going to be way bigger, so I really think that the hype/leak season for Generation 10 is going to be crazy, but, for now, we just got to wait for Legends ZA to come out within a couple of months and wait for more leaks because there are definitely going to be some bigger leaks to come out for this game, which is kind of scary, but I guess we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. If you are a real one watching this far in the video, comment down below your favorite Pokemon of all time. I'm probably going to say Raichu for me. I don't know why. I just really love Raichu. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications so you don't miss Pokemon news, updates, leaks, or just fun random topics about Pokemon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
Someone